What are we going to go with?
Baby Jeep, no.
All right, and I want you guys. This is your baby right here. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to hand this one off to you guys, and I think that I need to hear from our youngest guru on this one, what he thinks too. Right. So
now I'm not sure how much you watch the show or listen to the show. Not as much as you should. I know that. Okay, but Stellantis, okay, we announced for them, Jay, a couple months back that they were working on a fully electric Jeep, not a plug-in hybrid like in the 4xe, but a fully electric
vehicle.
Going to be, they called it an SUV.
Right.
I thought it looked a little bit more like it would be in the crossover category, but in styling, it resembles the Cherokee. Right.
A little bit, yeah. It does.
You can see the resemblance there.
It's like a small, it has the profile of that. Yes, I agree with that.
And we said at the time, and here's where I'm going with this. We said at the time, I wonder why they started with one that size. I wonder why they didn't start with a smaller one.
Right. Here you go.
So, I mean, is it just, I smacked the mic. Do you remember that conversation, right?
I remember it. There. I remember it 100%. Right.
So now we have the smaller one, which the internet is calling the baby Jeep. Okay. Right. Now it's got the camouflage on it. You can see it right here in the picture. But ain't it cute? Ain't it cute?
Right. It's like the type of car that's like, oh yeah, I'm an SUV, and in reality it's like, no, that's just a really small crossover.
Well, but you're getting into almost Mini Cooper territory here now, right?
You are.
What would something like this potentially be used for, or who potentially would go after this? Do you think this is a good idea? And if so, who's going to buy it?
I think this is actually a pretty good idea, and I feel like it's a really good city car. So it's not too big, but it's like just big enough for like daily things that you're gonna do. And I feel like this is kind of an everyday car, which are always good sellers. Well, most of the time.
Okay. So the obvious advantage here, Jay, to doing a smaller EV, one of the obvious advantages to me is price, right? You make a smaller vehicle, it's lighter, it costs less to produce, there's fewer components in it, you can sell it for less. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. If this thing doesn't beat the pants off of some of the larger versions in range, I don't know that it's going to be successful for them. And here's what I mean by that. That thing better be able to get 50 to 100 mile plug-in range better than maybe a Mach-E or a larger crossover. Otherwise, what's the point, right? How much less is it going to cost?
Right. That remains to be seen, because I did not turn up any actual figures on what this thing may go for. Obviously, folks, this is a Stellantis venture with the Jeep name, which in fact, and I want to bring this up, we did a real quick podcast on the where Stellantis had basically took Jeepster and they trade named it, right?
Right.
And copyrighted or whatever they did there. And we're like, what in the world they could do with that? And
is this the BMW 1 Series, like commonly referred to as the poor man's BMW? It's like you can get a Jeep, you can get an electric Jeep on the cheap, and here's what it is. Do you think that's what they're going to leverage the name?
I think so, but you're talking. You've got three players here. You've got it's a remember who Stellantis is, who's under that nameplate. You kind of wonder what Fiat's going to be used for because it ain't working in the States. You got to wonder what Peugeot will never happen in the U.S.
This has the Jeep front end. You wouldn't call it a Fiat with that front end, right?
That's correct. But what they do go on to say is that Stellantis has used some of the Peugeot features, the Opel Mocha. There are a lot of platforms that they have taken to put this thing together.
I'm gonna just completely mess this segment up. We're gonna go with the Jeep.
The Jeep. I like
Jeepo, it. The Jeepo.
Jopel. The Jokel.
This is gonna get crazy.
The Jeepel.
I'm trying to combine Fiat with. Hey, everybody, leave us a comment. Give us some ideas here.
Exactly. I like
Jeepot?
that. I like
The feet.
The Feep. The Feep.
The Feep.
There you go.
I like it. The Feep. So, and again, when I look at this thing, and I think that Sideshot had mentioned this, what it looks like. It looks like it's small enough, and obviously, and again, let me just make this very clear, folks. Right now, Stellantis has no intention, or Jeep has no intention of selling this in the U.S.
You can't.
Right now.
Yeah, that's Apple saying we're not going to tell you it exists until we tell you it exists, right?
Right. They're gonna try this thing out in the European market first, which makes sense on size. And you were saying size. How does this play into? Why is this important as an all-electric Jeep? What's the point here?
But I'm telling you, if it takes off, less than a year later, they've got a U.S. version.
Oh, they will. It'll happen. But that market is going to set the bar for us. And, there's a lot of Jeep lovers in Europe, man. I think it's a good marketing plan for them on this thing, and I think they'll sell a ton of them. It looks pretty good.
I did notice that the traditional fuel door, which is typically on those things, it's on the driver's side rear quarter panel.
Right.
It's in that same spot.
Yes.
So that interesting. I always go to that when we start talking about electrified vehicles. It's like, where did they put the plug, right?
Right. Look, the Jeep Renegade lights, man. It looks like the Jeep Renegade tail lights on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many features that they're using, taken from that.
Euro Jeep.
Yeah, Euro Jeep. That's it. It's exactly what it is.
I mean, to me, that really looks. It doesn't look so much like a Jeep. It looks like a Peugeot.
Right. Exactly. Makes sense.
That's felt like it's meant to be in Europe.
Now, if you look at the two yellow renderings, the last two photos, Keith.
Well, isn't that that's the previous model that we talked about that they released first? They announced here in the United States. Is it not? Or
this is not.
Okay.
That's a different version.
Okay.
And again, it takes that shape of where it looks like just a miniature Cherokee. It really does.
Yeah, agreed. The camouflage does a good job of making it hard to see styling.
Yeah.
So, who's going to get over to Europe and test drive one of these things?
Well, and so it looks like it's got suicide doors for the back doors. There's no handles on the. It looks like a 4-door, but those back two doors appear to have no handles. Meaning you have to open the front door first, then open the rear door, right?
Yeah.
Do you notice? Yeah. Do you notice the camo on the back window? Wonder why that is.
Yeah. Why would you put camo on a window?
What's back there? But
they even put it on the roof racks.
Yeah. But I just wonder why they would put the camo over that. And I agree with you. No, I think I see the back door handle.
Yeah, it's
up behind it's on the upper middle of the window.
Yeah, we found it.
You see it?
Yeah. It's up in the window glass area in the corner. That's odd.
It's like what's like the juke.
How many how do I
you know
open
what?
this door? How am I going to get that? How do you open this back door?
I think that Sideshot is onto something, that this is Jeep's version of a Juke.
Juke, which we've owned, which was a fun little all-wheel drive vehicle.
I've driven them.
Yeah.
Ugly, though. Ugly.
Yeah,
Oh.
you say that. It's polarizing. It's one or the other. You get extremes, right?
Especially when it's yellow. Oh yeah.
We had a white
Yeah.
one.
It looks like a Klingon to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think, Sideshot? Here, your prediction on this. What do you think?
Will it come to the United States?
I think it will, but I don't think it'll do as well as like a Grand Cherokee or like some of the other really off-roady Jeeps, because that's what Jeep is known for.
Right. Here.
And yeah, here. But I kind of don't think many people would go to Jeep for like a more compact car or like a smaller crossover.
Yeah. Well,
I see that. Yeah.
In most places here in the United States, we have gas at nearing $5 a gallon now. So
Yeah.
who knows
Even
what the
more.
next 6 months is going to bring?
$6.
Yeah.
I think that's where the electric vehicle segment is going to thrive,
Right.
is in the short range vehicles.
Yeah.
The cheaper short range vehicles, because there's so many more people working remotely. They don't have to travel those great distances. Keep a gasoline engine vehicle in your fleet for home for that, and then keep the
Now,
other one
you
for
give this
for
thing
commuting.
400 miles of range, you knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That would do great.
yeah. Well, there's some things that Stellantis is working on
That's
in Europe.
what's in that back seat, Jay. It's just a big battery bank.
Well, it could be. Now, remember, didn't Stellantis come out where they have put the charging capabilities actually in the highway, in the road? Remember, we did a segment on
induction, right? Yeah,
exactly.
In Europe,
So
yeah,
we'll see where that leads. Maybe this is part of that, where they're testing the waters there. But Stellantis is also one of those manufacturers that says that the industry's demands to produce EVs is just not logical.
from a cost perspective.
From a cost perspective,
Right.
right? So we shall see how this pans out. So there you have it. The new baby Jeep, or what we think they're going to be calling. Yeah, the Jeepster, or what you call a FEEP. So it's a half Fiat, half Jeep, a FEEP.
The jury's out, everybody. Again, leave us a comment. Let us know. We'll probably come up with something better than we did.
A Peugeot Jeep, a Peep.
Jeepo.
I like a PEEP.
I can't wait to see the thumbnail on this one.
Oh yeah, the peeps. Well, if you put a yellow peep, a yellow duck peep in there, man, it would be fine. So there you go.
You could put
Wow.
those little bubble things on the dash. It's a little peep.
Right.